Since we're doing like an unedited, well, a less edited situation for Patreon, we'll go straight into it. Let's talk uppies and downies. So we started with the end of day 1 of the festival. Rithfir got eaten by a tree. That was cool.
Not my fault. Nobody made you go in there.
What were y'all's high and low points?
Got to ring that bell, and it felt thematic. That was fun.
Hell yeah.
I thought that prophetic dream was interesting because it still leaves open like both avenues of my arcane tradition, which was good.
Yeah, I literally wrote that dream sequence. I wrote Brothies, and then I was like, and Magnus, what are you doing? I messaged you. I was like, how can I foreshadow for you without telling you that's what I'm doing?
Question for you. When you put that bell in there, did you know it was going to be rung in that way?
I didn't know for sure,
Okay.
but I know what it was used for in the past.
Okay.
And we found out what it was used for in the past today.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, what dumb shit am I going to do? Yeah, I want to ring a fucking bell. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was going to be one of y'all, but I'm glad that it was.
Yeah, it was fun.
The uppy for the entirety of this was that it was all very narratively satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything wrapped around.
That's been
a bow.
my major goal with this campaign is like it's heavily improv based, and whatever things we latch onto, I want to make all of them feel that way.
Yeah.
I want to try and tie everything in.
Like everything feels like we talked about it and we didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, from Chekhov's bell to Chekhov's Ice Daddy to Chekhov's.
Yeah, I think that was like we had talked a little bit about what to do with your parents.
Yeah, I said I didn't want to know, but I did think everybody should change because I didn't want
For sure.
I didn't want the chosen one thing that I knew her mom was going to do to be real. Does that make sense?
And, I mean,
like,
and canonically in the universe that we play in, like I think it's so boring that Genasi are just like, and sometimes there's a weird genie kid, and they're like this. Like I think it makes more sense for Genasi. Yeah, like I feel like it makes more sense for Genasi to be a species of being that, like when they mate with one another, to use more nature terms, like when they get together and have kids, those kids have combined or like variations of both parents. But I like the idea that it could go both ways too. So like a fire Genasi and a water Genasi could get together and birth like a cloud Genasi, like Kavaya. But I also like the idea that sometimes you take more from one parent than the other, and the idea that Saoirse has always
more like him.
Yeah, the idea that Saoirse has always had this kind of combative nature with Maeve was her name.
Yeah. I thought it was brilliant.
But then to like genetically resemble her more, whereas her like a golden child Nora looks like her ice dad, and in her eyes she's like, "You are Volga, please leave."
it's based on nothing at all.
But there's something so brilliant about that, and that like the way your dad looked at you with like the reverence in his eyes when he first saw you, I was like, oh my god. So like there's a sense there that like even though they hadn't shown Genasi traits, that was still inherent to them and finding each other and first getting married.
Yeah.
Well, had he already seen Maeve at that point too?
No.
Because he was at the table and she was at the temple.
Yeah.
I also wonder too, in that moment, narratively, and I don't know if you like were sitting there plotting, probably not, because you get lost when your players talk in the excitement of your players like interacting somewhere else. So I don't think you were back there just like, and now I'll do this. But it felt like in the moment that he saw her as like blessed by the flame, she stopped being his daughter that he would take care of and became like a relic.
That's the question, isn't it? Was he like so proud and admirable because you're his daughter and you're beautiful, or was it because you're now also a symbol of his god?
Yeah.
And that's a great question that I can't wait to explore.
Yep.
But I feel like the most brilliant thing that you did with the start of this campaign is that you made us all be kids, which makes it way easier to just like have no inhibitions about role playing and just improvising something.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't bring it up, but Alvy didn't make it out of those woods.
No, we knew.
Oh, fuck, man.
But
We knew. I think he was going down a dark path anyway, though.
Alvy also very wood genasi, so he may have hidden
might be
himself
fine.
away.
JTT.
Maybe he
Maybe-
became their ruler.
Yeah, maybe he's the king of the grippers, which is a
they're called
hilarious
grippers.
name. Yeah, I won't show you fully the stats, but I can show you what they're based off of. Whoop.
When you said it was like vine monsters attacking, I was like, oh no, is this like
Grippers.
in the first Evil Dead movie?
Grip it and gravelets.
And the tree thing, that was a grotesque, or a grotesquerie. Big old nasty tree.
Oh, yeah, they're like
yeah.
the Snow White trees.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I love this book. Hashtag not sponsored.
It's
Could
sick.
be.
Maybe one day. Hit me up, Grim Hollow.
Yeah.
Your shit's cool.
Do,
You need to start bringing my books to this.
do you guys think that, like, the people who stayed on the island all dead, or
All dead.
are some of them gonna come back?
I feel like
Mostly dead.
statistically, someone has to survive.
Right?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I'll probably make
I'll
some rolls
assume
around
that
about it.
everyone said, but
I guess it depends on
it's gonna be
whether or not-
fun.
See, I think that lends itself
So-
to being a big like goal for maybe the first adventure of the group is like we've
Go
got to
back
go
and see.
we got to go see what happened.
No, I'm
if
fucking
anybody's
Corbin
alive.
has like the old Nox sword and all this other shit.
Yeah, he might have like
He's likely to survive. It's that free.
I was thinking it's your mom just like being some crazy fire bitch in a
Yeah.
lizard tower.
It's like-
I mean, the mommy issues that result from not being able to confront
if
her.
she
Yeah.
becomes like,
I'm
she thinks that she's the shining example of her religion, it's even funnier.
I'm so fascinated. Now that we're on chaos, I'll start planting these seeds. But I am very fascinated to see what all of your ideas are going to be for how these characters have changed as they've aged. Because yeah, like not being able to have that confrontation with your mother and that being just a lingering thing as you grow and develop.
Probably it's fine.
Probably it's fine. And then well, I have some ideas of what your goals are. And then Brody, that call to adventure might lead to some very interesting things in the times between. And then Arixovia, like you're gonna look completely different.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun coming back.
I still have no idea your class or race.
I think that there's something also very interesting in that there was two very divergent timelines based on what happened to Granny Brynja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that she survived means that I am probably going to take a different course than I would have if, because I thought she was going to die. I thought narratively, like,
Hey,
she's
saved
not.
her
Like,
ass.
yeah, there's her and Thalos, like, having lost both of them would definitely change the way Arix would interact with the world. So that's going to be interesting to try to figure
So
out.
you're a
next
little
week.
bit more doe-eyed than you'd be.
I think so. I think that there's a
Unintended.
lot
Just, like, more positive.
trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot more faith instead of like cynicism that would have come from having lost a grandparent to whatever this
To
was.
horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, what?
Well, and
you
both
have-
of your
what
parents also
Yeah.
would have been dead.
Yeah.
Star eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say
Like
if you're
little,
trying.
little butthole eyes?
I'll
or
go ahead
what?
and say. I'll go ahead and say if you're trying to guess based off of physical
no, no,
attributes, you're never gonna get
No,
it.
no, I'm just
It's-
intrigued.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is it like a 5-pointed star or like a?
I think we said last
jagged-
time, but I don't remember what number.
I don't know.
Yeah,
'Cause
are you like
said this about
Naruto
Brandon, yeah.
or like
I'm
Rick
thinking-
and Morty?
Oh, I was thinking my inspiration for that thought was actually Kiku from the Wano arc of One Piece.
Oh, I haven't gotten there.
Did you say the guano part?
Wano.
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 Just over here, like I gotta draw these characters at
Yeah.
some point, and I'm scared.
Hey, you're gonna have a lot of fun.
It's Kiku.
You never,
Oh,
you never
Kiku, yeah.
watched all of Naruto, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I never watched Boruto, but I watched all of Naruto.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking Mangekyo Sharingan kind of.
No, yeah, not Sharingan, that's for sure.
Wait,
She's
does
just
any-
got eyes.
I know that there's a close-up.
Does anyone have a guess as to what race I am?
Yeah, no, Okiku.
I unfortunately
They're
know.
definitely
Alright,
more
okay.
Yeah.
star-shaped. This was just the inspiration, but that kind of like just like jagged.
Oh.
This is the
jagged
shape of
edges.
the eye?
Yeah.
Oh,
These are people's eye shapes. There's a lot of weird eye shapes in Naruto.
The closest I could guess would be like a satyr.
Oh. That's
Like a goat
that's
person?
your last breath character.
Hey, we could have a symbol show up on that eye at some point if you
Oh,
want.
there isn't?
Yeah.
In my mind, I was just like, and one of his eyes has
He unlocked
like
the Sharingan. That's
Yeah.
canon in Kimura. Real quick,
Technically, you have to like kill my best friend or something, and then that might unlock it. Yeah.
real quick, I just to give everyone a sense of how much improv was happening and the chaos
God.
that formed into
I
cohesion.
can't imagine.
These are my DM notes for the last like quarter of the session. Let's see, we got day 2 of Emberlight Vigil. What's the draw of the day? You all tell me. What are the main highlights of day 2 of the Emberlight Vigil Festival? The next note, improv through these events. Foreshadow doom if you can, but also give a nice look at Ma, or life on Ilvermere. Wholesome niceness. Rip it away. Find a reason to send those kids outside the walls again. I had a couple of options. One of them was going to be your sword telling you to do it because it craves adventure. One of them was, the other one that I went with was Alvi apologizing to Saoirse, asking if you've seen Thurkel and Ruthvir. They never came back. The spark winds go out. Darkness, void of light, a darkness like none of you have ever seen. No moons, no sparks. Then they burst back to light, brighter than ever. I almost read that for verbatim. Screams, monsters in the woods. Arixovi, and then a note that I just had was, Arixovi and her family live in those woods. Are they safe? The town is being overrun. The Dawnseekers swoop in and save the kids if they get into too much danger and tell them to head for the longboats. Maeve refuses to leave. She is chosen of the great flame, and its light shall repel these vulgarities. And then Tuatavine comes early for our heroes as they're
she's
forced to flee from
alive.
Ilvermere. Final stat rolls, and that's all I had written.
I like the fact
scared.
you're like, man, I kind of wish my mom just.
I think it's in character. Out of character, I'm like, she's a fucking cultist. I don't really care.
Yeah,
about this.
yeah.
In character.
She's a zealot. It's different.
I
Hey,
think
there's
new
more of them.
BBEG.
she's up to something. I don't know what it is.
That'd be so funny if the big bad was your mom.
It would be.
Also, who was that spooky, handsome man in the woods?
Oh, I'm so excited. I was like, that's Kosovier, for sure. Everyone is Kosovier to me.
Anyone slightly intriguing or mysterious
Yeah.
is Kasovia.
Any
He's a
weird-
shapeshifter. He could be anybody.
Yeah.
He's not a character I need to draw. I mean, I would like to get
Need to
NPC
draw
art
him.
in. I'm having
You
really
could also
bad art luck
not-
lately.
Oh, yeah.
And it's real bad. Everything I do, I'm just like, why do you even have these filthy hands?
Oh, no.
Oh,
they're the
is
hardest thing.
anybody able to move their car so that Tina
Yes.
can get hers out?
That would be me.
Is she going to babysit some children in the sick house?
No, she's probably going to the store,
Oh, right,
as we
right.
discussed,
That's right.
to get all the things we really don't need them.
Rad, chaos.
Get